Before we continue, let's take a quick look at what we've done so far. We've defined our superelevation XML rules file, and we've created our superelevation section, and we've created our superelevation lanes, and we also applied our superelevation transitions to our lanes. And we did this using the rules-based approach, meaning that it's all based on the XML preferences file or the rules file. And in this next example, in exercise number 4, we're going to take a look at the manual method for creating the superelevation. The manual method involves just importing data from an external spreadsheet or from a text file or a CSV file and then applying it to your superelevation lanes. So in exercise number 4, we're going to learn how to import our superelevation data using a CSV file. And CSV files are typically created by exporting Excel spreadsheets. Many designers will use an Excel spreadsheet for superelevation calculations instead of using OpenRoads Designer for super calculations. So let's take a look at how we can make this work. So I'm going to go over and open up a different drawing now. So I'm going to go over to my London Road superelevation drawing. So I'm going to open up Super London Road. Inside of this file, I already have my geometry referenced in as a reference file for London Road. So you can see my London Road alignment here. And I also have my superelevation section for London Road as well as the lanes already created. But I have not applied my superelevation transition. So what we're going to do in this particular exercise is we're going to import our superelevation transitions from a CSV file. Now, prior to importing the CSV file, we need to take a look at the format and pay attention to the formatting of the CSV file that we're going to be importing. It's a specific format that you must follow in order for this to work. So I'm going to go and open up my CSV file. In this particular case, I'm using Microsoft Excel. So if we review the format of this particular CSV file, you can see here in column A, this is our superelevation name, and this name has to match our lane. So in this particular case, we have southbound lanes and northbound lanes. Okay, so this name has to match the name of your superelevation lanes in your file. So this is the name of your superelevation lanes. Then we have our station, we have our cross slope, and then we have the side. So this RS means right side, and then for the left side, you would have LS. And then we have the type of superelevation. The NC stands for normal crown. FC would be full super. And then we have the superelevation transition type, which in this case, these are all linear, so there's just an L there. And then if you need to use the nonlinear curve length, where that option here is set for 0. So this is just the basic format of the CSV file that it needs to be in before you import the CSV file into the software. So let's close this real quick. And let's take a look at the superelevation section. As I mentioned previously, we're not using the rules file to create the superelevation. We're going to be using the CSV file. So if you take a look at the properties of the superelevation section, you'll actually see that there is no rules file attached to the super section. So very important to understand that there's no special rules being created when you use this particular method. So if you do have to change your horizontal geometry, your superelevation calculations are not going to update based on that particular change that you made to your horizontal geometry. So keep that in mind when you're using this method. You may have to re-import your superelevation calculations if the geometry does change. So let's go ahead and import our CSV file. So to do that, we can just go up to Calculate and choose Import Superelevation. And then we're going to see the Import Superelevation toolbox appear. And it's going to prompt us to locate our superelevation section. So I'm going to go and select my section. And then I'm going to press the Alt down arrow on my keyboard to go and select my CSV file that we were just looking at previously. So use my SuperCalcs London Road Imperial CSV file. I'm going to open that up, and I'm going to left click to accept that. And it's going to go through and import all those SuperCalcs for me and apply those transitions to my superelevation lanes. So you'll see here now that the lanes changed color. And if I were to go and click on my lanes, select one of my lanes, you'll see we now have the various cross slopes assigned to our super lanes. And once again, it's always a good idea to review your cross slopes. So usually what I like to do is come over here and look at the super elevation report. So we'll go take a look at the super elevation report, and you can see all our various cross slopes there for the southbound and the northbound lanes. So once again, that's how you get the super elevation into the lanes using the import method. So once you're done, you can just close this and continue on.